Hey neighbor, thank you so much for watching. Very briefly, my name's John Angell. My wife and I have lived on Rolling Rock since 2010. I've been selling real estate primarily in East Dallas since 2003. I'm the one responsible for the American flags every 4th of July, and it's been a real pleasure and a privilege to do it. So the goal of this video is to just give you a very basic recap of 2025 and look ahead to 2026. I'm going to do a few comparisons to neighboring areas like the L Streets, Old Lake Highlands, Lockwood, etc., etc. But I'm going to try to be as respectful as your time as possible. So without further ado, let's look back at 2025. So to review 2025, I need to first say we don't have the largest sample size. We have 1,400 homes plus or minus in Highland Meadows. So take these statistics with a grain of salt. Now, in 2025, sales volume rose 10%, which sounds amazing, but we only went from 59 sales to 65. So again, that's the small sample size kind of jumping out and biting us. So with 65 sales, that's again not a heck of a sample size, but we're going to do the best that we can. Median sales prices actually dipped 4%. Now, more on that later. It's not what it sounds like. And median days on market actually doubled, and also more on that later. It isn't as bad as it sounds. So what caused median sales prices to drop was not a decrease in value. It was the fact that homes that were under $500,000 took even more of the market share than it did in previous years. In 2024, we had 4 homes sell for over $1 million. We only had 1 sell last year. We had a ton of homes in 2024 that were between $500,000 and $800,000 that sold, and we had much fewer in 2025. So that's how the median sales prices dipped. Again, it's not a function of our neighborhood losing value. It's just a function of which properties actually went on the market and sold. Now, on to median days on market, we went from 18 to 35. Now, that is doubling, but 35 days on market is just over 1 month's worth of inventory. The average in Dallas, I believe, is about 4.5, 5 months. So we're still moving with incredible fluidity compared to other neighborhoods. So putting all those in context, it was really not a horrible year. It was a slower year. There really weren't that many sales, but it was a very soft readjustment. So without further ado, on to predictions for 2026. So to review 2025, I need to first say we don't have the largest sample size. We have 1,400 homes plus or minus in Highland Meadows. So take these statistics with a grain of salt. Now, in 2025, sales volume rose 10%, which sounds amazing, but we only went from 59 sales to 65. So again, that's the small sample size kind of jumping out and biting us. So with 65 sales, that's again not a heck of a sample size, but we're going to do the best that we can. Median sales prices actually dipped 4%. Now, more on that later. It's not what it sounds like. And median days on market actually doubled, and also more on that later. It isn't as bad as it sounds. So what caused median sales prices to drop was not a decrease in value. It was the fact that homes that were under $500,000 took even more of the market share than it did in previous years. In 2024, we had 4 homes sell for over $1 million. We only had 1 sell last year. We had a ton of homes in 2024 that were between $500,000 and $800,000 that sold, and we had much fewer in 2025. So that's how the median sales prices dipped. Again, it's not a function of our neighborhood losing value. It's just a function of which properties actually went on the market and sold. Now, on to median days on market, we went from 18 to 35. Now, that is doubling, but 35 days on market is just over 1 month's worth of inventory. The average in Dallas, I believe, is about 4.5, 5 months. So we're still moving with incredible fluidity compared to other neighborhoods. So putting all those in context, it was really not a horrible year. It was a slower year. There really weren't that many sales, but it was a very soft readjustment. So without further ado, on to predictions for 2026. So, predictions. Now, everything here is assuming that interest rates stick at right around 6%. If they go back up to 7%, all bets are off. This whole model flies completely out of the water. Now, 2026 for DFW and for the United States in general is going to be considered, at least in the very beginning, they're thinking it's going to be a really strong recovery year. Now, we've been saying this for about the last 2 years, but it looks like interest rates are finally at the point where that's going to be able to happen. So if they stay at 6 per 6, sales volume, I think, in our neighborhood will remain pretty much even. We may go up up to 72 sales. Sales prices will rise 1 to 5%. A lot of the people that were in those higher dollar properties, they still need to move, and I think they're going to start making more moves as the year goes on. Days on market should remain stable at probably 35. I can't imagine them going 50 or higher. Should stay around 35 to 40, maybe even go a little bit lower. And again, everything's relative because we have such a small market. Just a couple of properties that stay on for a lot longer, it really skews the numbers. Now, to me, in Highland Meadows, the big concern, the 800-pound gorilla in the room, is ultimately going to be new construction. The L streets have been absolutely taken over by new construction. It's caused lot values to go up to approximately $600,000. I sold a lot value home on the L streets for $580,000 late last year, and I almost had a heart attack when we got the offer. I still couldn't believe it. Old Lake Highlands, same thing. They're having a lot of teardowns and a lot of new builds. So when is that going to happen in our neighborhood? I don't know. I'm not saying I support it happening. There are some homes that achieve functional obsolescence, but it's always a shame to see a 50-year-old to 70-year-old home getting torn down. So anyway, y'all, that's it. I'm going to look back on this in a year, and hopefully I was correct. I will definitely try to hold myself to account if I wasn't. But y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. If you ever have any questions, I'm here to help. My information's on the card. And thank you so much for watching. Oh, and please, if you enjoyed this, please consider liking and subscribing. Take care.